Before we start our podcast, let us thanks to our sponsor, the Sports Lawyer Masterclass. The Sports Lawyer Masterclass is one of the platform where you can go and learn more about the sports law. It will give you the introductory courses in regards to what are the things which are in the sports law, like mergers and acquisition, image right, broadcasting rights, what is the personal capacity of the sports persons and athlete, and many more. So if you really want to know what is the Sports Law Masterclass, I will put the link in my description box, so go and check that out. Hello everyone, welcome to the Sports Law Search podcast. My name is Tushar Katheria. I'll be the host for today's episode. In this episode, we have our guest, Mr. Emaad Ahmed, who is the eSports player in India. He play FIFA, and recently in eISL, which is the first tournament happened in India with the NODWIN Gaming. He represented Northeast United FC, and he played for them. So without wasting any time, let's head on to our podcast in 3, 2, 1. Hello Imad, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. First of all, thank you so much for accepting our invitation in such a short notice and taking your time out from your tight schedule.
No, the pleasure is mine.
Yeah. So the first question would be, just tell us about yourself and how your journey started as an esports player. So please go ahead.
The journey was very casual thing. I didn't think this could be like a main profession, to be very honest. It started to be fun. But, I started liking going to these tournaments, events, and everything. Meeting all these people, different people from all over India. Even though I used to never perform well in these tournaments, there was this kind of, will to go on and try to, become better at it.
Mm.
So uh, it went for like a year or two. Then I was like, yeah, it's not happening with me, and maybe this is not just my thing.
Mm.
I think, it came to the college days where I started my degree. There was a tournament my seniors were organizing, and they organized a tournament. I somehow won that, even though I took like a huge break from FIFA and everything. And when I won that, there's this one thing which came in my head, like, how many more can I win this? Like, how many more? Is this even possible? So that started of something. It was something new. It was a fresh start for me. Yeah.
Mm.
And I was thinking to myself, like, this is it, maybe. Next thing you know, I'm winning tournaments in Bangalore, finishing runners up in some Bangalore tournaments. And I'm like, yeah, this is possible.
Mm.
And 2 years down the line, eISL got announced. And I was like, I have to take part in this. Like, there's no way I cannot take part in this. If I take part in this, this is like my next step to a big thing. So next thing you know, I'm qualified. Even though we didn't finish in a good spot, we finished middle of the table, sixth place. I'm still very happy with how it's gone so far.
Yeah, it's the first time that eISL organized by the NODWIN Gaming, who was the partner or then the partnership with the ISL, and they organized it. So yeah, and till you already finished your eISL now. So how is your experience as an esports player till now? Because you are still young,
Uh,
because you are still pursuing your career in this. So yeah, please go ahead.
the journey in ESL was, it was very surreal. Like, I took every day at a time, and
Mm.
it was crazy because you don't expect, first of all, 22 different players
Mm.
coming in one place, practicing with each other, hanging out with each other for 4 months. This was this bio bubble, and it was a crazy experience because, like, you don't get to experience this. You could say it was like kind of like work,
Mm.
but it wasn't, because you were having a very nice time. There was, serious pressure in some of these matches. I think many people felt this pressure in the early stages, but till the in the end, they everyone was calm and collected. And yeah, I think these LAN events, at least this kind of big LAN event, should happen more
Mm.
occasionally in India, because the experience is a big deal. I feel like there were so many players who lacked this kind of experience, and it kind of hurt them in the early stages,
Mm.
which hurt them later in the end stages when it came to the collective result.
Yeah, I see. Because Yeah, you are right now. So experience does count in the later tournaments, which help the players. And in 2018, also you see the PUBG Mobile coming into the picture, and you see young players were coming at that time. And India does not have that kind of experience because earlier we were in the phase of playing the LAN events in the PC games like CS:GO, League of Legends, which was just started at that time. Dota 2 was coming to the picture. So yeah, but still right now we are still leading in the market. We are coming to the competition right now in the competitive matches, especially in mobile games. But I think the real deal will be the PC gaming and the PlayStation games which you are playing right now, the FIFA 2020 which you played. So yeah, before playing, because you played the FIFA tournament, so before that, did you play any other game like Valorant, CS:GO, Dota 2?
Um, I used to play a CS:GO with my friends. I have touched Valorant here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested to these FPS games because I used to play Call of Duty as well with my friends. But this Dota, I haven't touched yet. It's one thing I will try out later. But yeah, I'm very interested in Valorant. I've been watching some Valorant tournaments here and there.
Mm-hmm. Because you see, because Valorant does promoting their game through the NODWIN Gaming, and there's a Villager eSports who are organizing the competitive matches right now. Last year only we had such a very great tournament, and our Enigma Gaming and other Indian esport organization does participate in the international events, and they are performing really well right now. And I think the how to say, we will get the respect. We have to respect such kind of games right now, because you see we're having such a good streamer right now. Size or someone who is playing Valorant right now. There's a 8-bit Bings who is also playing, Rohin Lalwan, who is also known as Hydra Flick, who is a very well-known Valorant player right now. Apart from that, right now he's creating content for the through his streaming. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess we have to, go with the flow with whatever games is going on. I have to respect them, like you said,
Hmm.
because if these games are the number one, we have to go with the flow because that's how we grow this esports,
Hmm.
esports place in India.
Yeah, indeed, 100%. So my next question would be, how does eISL become a blessing in disguise for the professional esports player right now? Because you see, in India, we having a scene of the young generation pursuing their career in the mobile gaming, such as BGMI. Earlier, it was PUBG Mobile, and then Free Fire coming to the picture, and it's suddenly booming in 2020 when the pandemic happened. So, what do you see right now?
Um, yeah, eISL was a blessing in disguise, to be very honest, because you never saw any FIFA tournament going to this scale of
Mm,
an event. Getting streamed almost every day, you could say, for
mm,
every match. You get like almost thousands of viewers watching it, and yeah, we honestly we needed this long time back for the FIFA scene to actually grow, but it took some time, thankfully. Even though India got qualified for the FIFA Global Series, which is
mm,
the international FIFA event, 2 years ago, I think it was last
mm.
year. So it's a work in progress. Every year something big is happening in India for the FIFA scene, which yeah, it's great.
Because in European market, Ajax football club who already have their own academy lineup, and in which their FIFA players used to do practice and they represent their club, and there's a separate tournament which organized by the FIFA in the European market. I think we should have like you representing Northeast United FC in eISL, and I think the Indian football clubs will look into this, like how they can promote the e-sport gaming, how they can set up an academy lineup for that, so that young players will come train there, have a great camaraderie, because you have a co-partner in the eISL. Please tell us about him also.
Yeah, I feel like academies should be a thing over here. I think it's the next step, I guess, for esports to the right direction. Yeah, like you said, uh, uh, sportsmen and like even though Indian celebrities also can promote us uh, to the next level, because they
Hmm.
have the power, they can promote us very well. Hopefully, from next year we can see some kind of stuff like this. A little more serious when it comes to promotion for the players. But yeah, my co-partner, he was a funny guy, to be very honest. He was a completely new player to the scene.
Mm.
It was his first ever tournament, and he qualified for the Northeast United. I expected, to be very honest, to getting a experienced
Mm.
teammate, because I wanted that feeling, learn something,
Mm.
and to be the underdog kind of feeling. But
Mm.
I was the one kind of teaching, but at the end, it was kind of like a mix kind of feeling, because he was teaching me stuff, I was teaching him stuff. It was like he did stuff which wasn't the pro way exactly,
Mm.
and which I was surprised. I didn't think I would enjoy that, but it was a very nice experience, like being the teacher kind of role.
Mm. Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. So yeah. So the next question would be, what is the mindset before you playing the game and during the game and the post game? How you deal with the pressure at that time? Because you say the LAN events, which right now you are playing FIFA, it brings a different kind of stress. It brings different kind of pressure. How you deal with it?
A day before, like the match, I feel like throwing up, to be very honest. The
Oh.
pressure is a little bit makes me feel uneasy, but match day wise, I'm very collected. I don't feel any kind of pressure, to be very honest. I
Hmm.
I think about it, but I know about my skill. I'm comfortable with it.
Hmm.
I could say that I've been in this kind of pressure many times,
Hmm.
and I've overcome it. But yeah, it's all about staying calm. Normally, before the match days, I don't get that much of sleep, but I wake up at a healthy time.
Hmm.
But yeah, going towards the studios as well, like it's all fine. I'll be listening to music, I'll be calm. Other people will be talking, I'll try to join the conversation if I can. But yeah, nothing special, to be very honest.
Oh, I see. Because you see, right now we have to develop a ecosystem for the esport right now. Yesterday only, I posted that in Instagram post in the Rajya Sabha where one of the member of parliament, they are talking about that we have to make a such kind of ecosystem which can be helpful for the younger generation and people who want to pursue their career in esport as a professional player. And I think we should contribute as a you say as a sports community right now, because we are working on it. A lot of people right now are involved, especially you say numerous esport organizations are coming, like SATUL, TSM FTX, which is a, I know it's a North American esport organization, but they are fully supporting their subsidiary company, which is right now they established in India. Apart from that, we have GodLike, which is one of the emerging esport organization right now. Enigma Gaming, they are doing such a great work, and newly the Skylightz Gaming esports team, which come
Yep.
up, and they are ruling right now in the mobile esport division. And I think we should make a such kind of ecosystem so that players are also getting a benefit, as well as the organization also gets something in return, because esports organization do a lot of investment in the players. So yeah,
Yep.
if you want to add something, please go ahead.
I have nothing to add. The growth, how the esports scene is going, is actually massively insane. It's an insane feeling, to be very honest. Even though
Mm.
it's going with games which I'm not interested or related to,
Mm.
it's insane. You're seeing so many organizations taking part, helping all these players out.
Mm.
Uh, if you tell me this 2 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you that so many teams are taking interest, because
Mm.
how this esports scene, it's kind of dipped in India and it's come back up and it's dipped again. It's a roller coaster, and yeah, hopefully just a straight line then upwards from here.
Yeah, and the sky is the limit right now.
Sky's the limit. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the next question would be something very serious. You see recent trends are coming up, like there are certain players who using the hacking software or third party software so that they getting a unfair advantage in the competitive matches. And the thing which is started in 2018 when the team Optic got qualified, but they're one of the player Forsaken who used the famous .exe file, and he used a unfair means. And you see such kind of activity hampered the image of the Indian esports sector right now. So yeah, what do you say about it right now? Because you see a lot of player, and few weeks back only you see, and one of the esport player of the Enigma Gaming, I will not name him because I don't want to ruin his image, but
Yeah.
you see how this kind of activity will hamper it, because last year also such kind of happened. X head, who is one of the Valorant esport player, he was playing for the Sai and Banks, and things getting pretty bad at that time, and he got banned. So how you see, what do you want to say to the young esport player who will watch this podcast, or they listen this podcast? Please go ahead, the floor is yours.
First of all, I think a few months back only I like researched about the optic scene which happened over here in India. I didn't know about it because we were just talking about all this stuff. And next thing you know, when I was fully into it, like why did this happen? On such a big stage,
Mm.
optic, such a big organization coming to India, helping us out, and then doing that in the main stage, it's disgusting, to be very honest. Like I can't, I don't have words for it. But yeah, this kind of things, like you said, we've been hearing it frequently for some reason, and it damages the esports scene in India, and we can't be having this kind of such behavior. And I feel like serious action should be taken in these kind of scenarios. But yeah, cheating and hacking software should be completely, I have no idea what to say, because like this should be stopped. Because how will esports grow in India? Because this is just damaging the scene in India right now.
Yeah, indeed. And there's so many times that esport, there's the people who are involved in the esport sector right now, they are completely telling to the esport player, please do not use such kind of unfair advantages apps which you install in your mobile, and further it will hamper the team's performance, as well as the esport organization will lose their player ultimately, and you say an esport sector will suffer a lot, because our image, to be very honest with you, our image is not really good in the esports sector, in the competitive
Yeah.
matches, in the international events. And luckily in 2020, when the PUBG Mobile World League happened in the Eastern Hemisphere, in which India participated, and Indian teams performed really well at that time. And Orange Rock Esport right now, it's a OR Esport right now, and they finished at number 2. It's one of the biggest achievement right now in the esports sector. Luckily, we performed really well at that time. However, we were going to be participate in the PMGC in 2020. However, PUBG Mobile got banned in September 2020,
Yeah.
and that's why. And you see right now, there's a lot of international organizations right now who are have a different set of skills. Like China esports sector is such a, you say, they had certain kind of esport ecosystem where perform brings out different kind of skill sets. If you see,
Yeah.
European players has such certain different kind of you see skills which bring something different in the games, in the competitive matches. So yeah, I think we have to develop our own style of gameplay if you want to participate in the international competitive matches, if we have to be consistent in it. So I think we have to develop our own style, but it should not be like we are rushing, we play very rashly
Yeah.
right now. That is not something don't want to recommend, because I also played esport in 2020. At that time I was a mobile esport player, and I was participating in the PUBG Mobile Club Open Challenge at that time in 2020. So we having a match, our team went to the second round. However, you see, at that time also a lot of players were using the unfair means of softwares and hacking software at that time, and still a lot of players that time oppose that. Many of the players are using it, and you see the publisher, which is Krafton and Tencent at that time for the PUBG Mobile, they were taking action, but it's not enough for them also, because
Yeah.
how many players they will ban it.
Yeah.
That's the problem right now. I hope situation will get clear in the next few months. So we have to see right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we already talk about the. I want to know one more thing: how the Indian esport organization can help player like you who are pursuing the different kind of esport tournament. You are pursuing a career in FIFA for now, because you see, the esport organization are also looking for they want to expand their business also. So they are looking for like Free Fire, they pick up the Call of Duty mobile roster, they are picking the Valorant lineup. How, what do you see, how will in future the like SATUL, Enigma Gaming, GodLike will pick up the esport players like you who are playing the individual sport, which we can say for now?
Yeah, I think so far, like eISL was the first and the biggest tournament we've had so far at this level, and I would expect more such bigger tournaments to come around the future. So esports organizations should see the interest right now in the FIFA scene, because this is just the start. This is tip of the iceberg. This is just the start, you could say. And we have so many more tournaments coming on from ESL, which we will know about more in the future. And esport organizations should see that there's so many players in India who have the skill to compete in an international level.
Mm,
Right now, I would say we 20 top players in India right now
mm,
who have been in the international scene, not consistent because they don't have that particular guidance, you could say.
mm,
I would say I don't have that guidance right now, because I don't have that, like that 10% of that skill that
mm,
other players in the international level have.
mm,
Like the next step for me is to be in that international level. I want to be in the top 5 players in India, and I
mm.
think an esports organization should see that I am willing to improve and go up to my game, go to that level, and yeah,
Yeah, in case if you need any help, we can try something out. We will talk to the esports organization where they can accommodate you so that you can be in the esport boot camps, which you say SATL has such a wonderful esport boot camp for now. Skylightz Gaming have such a good ecosystem. Team Insane just recently, they are going to launch their own boot camp. So yeah, because
yeah,
you see, if you are in the boot camp, the things is you getting a better guidance. The players will involve with you. They will help you out how you can improve your game. So I think that is something which is should be a next step for the for the eisl teams like you, like other people who are playing the other 19 players who are playing this kind of tournament. I think it will be
yeah,
get improved in the next few months. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So the next question would be, what do you see the future of FIFA esports in India? Because this is the first edition which launched by the NODWIN Gaming with the ISL. What do you see now?
uh FIFA scene right now, like I said, it's growing rapidly. I hope the eisl next year, I hope I'll take part in it again, because I was very into it, and like I want to meet the next 22 guys. If they're, I want to see the new faces, maybe the old faces as well,
Hmm.
because it's you could see that the community is there. People say,
Hmm.
okay, FIFA community is not there. It's just like maybe 50 top players and that's it. You'll just see them
Hmm.
over and over again. But no, I think I got to see so many new faces. People were shocked to see me as well, if you think about it, because they didn't
Hmm.
expect me to be there. They were shocked to see my teammate as well. So yeah, they are FIFA players, pro players here. There are many more. I can name so many that deserve to be in the spotlight right now. But yeah, many events should happen like this, so people can show their skills and like make a name to themselves. Because people think that the opportunity for FIFA isn't actually there. They
Hmm.
just think maybe this is just a one-off tournament. No, it's not. Like
Hmm.
if you try, there will be a bigger stage for you to make a name for yourself.
Indeed, 100%, 100%. And I think in the future, if this thing happen, so the broadcasting deal will also come into the picture. And you say the revenue, the major revenue in the traditional sports like cricket, football, the major revenue comes from the broadcasting deal. See, so that's why I think that like Star Sport, who paying the millions of money so that they can telecast the matches for in their channel. And I think the next step would be that with that thing.
Yeah.
um yeah, I think, yeah. So what are your plans for the future? What do you see now?
Plans for the future. Right now, Asian Games is happening
Mm,
for the FIFA qualifiers. I still don't know how the format's going to be,
mm,
which particular game it's going to be, but it's going to be a football game. So I'm going to take part in that. So representing India would be a dream come true. To be very honest, like that's like it's top of the bucket list, you could say. And there's yeah. Just to grow and improve, because I know I'm not at not at the top level. I need to improve in my game.
mm,
Participate in all the events I can to
mm,
like because I have the experience. of
Mhm.
participating at the top level. It's just about showing that consistency and proving that I can be here.
Yeah, we will support you. We will cheer for you and all the AI sports law community which we are having right now. All the people who are at the in this field, we will help you out as much as we can. And I'm sure after listening to this podcast, more people will come to you. They will help you out in case you need any help. We will help you out in any manner if you want it. And I think yeah, and I got a literally goosebump that you told about that you are going to be representing India at the Asian Games. So it's a really huge thing, and this is the first time only that player like you are coming on board, and you are showing the confidence to us also, and we also have a confidence on you that you will perform really well. For now, I can only say just experience that moment because this is the first time happening in Asian Games, and esport is going to be part of it. And I think yeah, you have to experience for it because, and we should also not expect so much things for now because you see more experienced esports player will come in the this kind of
Yeah.
events because it's a very huge thing in Asian game. Players from Thailand, Singapore, South Korea, and other nation, etc., etc. They will come, and I know they have a different kind of experience. So I think that
Yeah.
would be the first step. Would be this experience how you can mold your skill from what the other players bring into the table. So I think yeah, and congratulations for getting selected for the Asian Games. It's a huge honor for us to have you on board, and you thank you so much for you taking out your schedule for your tight schedule to having this podcast. And yeah, and yeah, the last question would be how what your parents' reaction when they got to know about the you get selected for the eISL and then you are representing India in the Asian Games.
Uh, so the eISL thing one was I didn't expect for me to only win it.
Mm,
So my dad was asleep, so I just called my mom up. I have something to tell you.
mm,
So I was explaining this. I explained it to her in a way that that like it's nothing important, but it might be important for me, kind of thing. And I was very hesitant to share it to her, but
mhm,
she was very supportive. She's like, "Wake up your dad right now."
mm,
Uh, so yeah, it went like that. My dad's like was very excited. He's like, next day, just pack your bags and just go and compete at your best. They never put pressure, that
mm,
you have to do well. They're like, enjoy the experience. You're there for 4 months. You just take one game at a time.
mm,
For the Asian Games thing, the selection process is still happening right now. So
mm,
like, we still don't know how it's going to go, but they're very supportive. They when I came back to Bangalore, they're like, okay, like, what's the next step from here onwards? So I told them about the list of events which are going to happen. They're like, we're going to be with you for every event. We're going to support you.
mm.
Uh, keep studies also with you as well. But yeah, they're very supportive.
Yeah, indeed, and I think their support will really going to help you out in the future. And I think the e-sport, which is this decade, would be the decade of the e-sport. To be very honest with you, because
Definitely.
you see, pandemic is happened and e-sport suddenly boomed in India. And yeah, prior to that also we do have the certain kind of events at that time, but I think after the pandemic, it's going to be, and we already talked about it, the sky is the limit
There's a
for now.
limit.
Yeah. So, do you want to ask anything from you? Do you have any question for me? I will happily to talk about it.
Uh, Nothing. I would just say that what you're doing right now is insane. I've listened to your podcast, obviously. Whichever topics I can understand and
Mm.
relate to, I've listened. You're doing a very great job, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure for this opportunity. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, thank you so much, man, for taking your time out. Because thank you everyone for hooking up till the end of this podcast. If you really like this episode, make sure to like, share, and subscribe our channel. And please share to the people who want to make their career in the sports industry, especially who want to become an esport player in India. And we have to thanks to our sponsor, the Sports Lawyer Masterclass, who believe in our vision and what the work we are doing. The next episode will come after the 4 weeks. So until then, goodbye everyone.